I would tie bells to my doorknob and create an obstacle course of blankets, clothes, and toys, hoping that an alarm would sound or a maze would wind into another room. My favorite kind of disorientation. I'm really excited about it. I spent a lot of time in Poland and Hungary, and so it's really nice to be back for this specific reason. It's about my history with post-traumatic stress disorder and coming out as a rape survivor. And so in doing that, there's of course lots of complications within family and within my social circles in terms of what is okay to talk about. And yeah, so it sat in my computer for a long time before feeling okay to share. Sprout was my name. He said Sprout was growing into something beautiful and it hurt to feel uprooted. I did not know my mother's traditions. He took their place. We always had the same 5 meals. Holidays sucked and chewed and sucked, and the only tradition I know was generation after generation of violence, and I loathed my aching blood for passing along all this everything.
So we started this just about 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
And then when did we finish? Maybe early spring this year?
Yeah.
So
I just wrote a poem, and then one of our mutual friends challenged us to make a movie about it. So it kind of came from a funny friendship homework assignment that was a long time in the making. Yeah, and since it's about PTSD, a lot of it is about like, where do I go to when I'm like lost in memory or lost in time? And so in finding footage that shows where I go to internally was a big part of the process. I hope people feel what they need to feel. And I don't want to put like a destination on it, but I hope people listen. And whatever happens is what happens.
we want people to come away with a better understanding of the experience of PTSD, which isn't really an emotion, but is, something that would be able to facilitate emotions at a later point, maybe, or more positive emotions surrounding mental illness and working through things like that. So
I posted at a Me Too, and a big feeling that came up for me is that I do identify as trans or as transgender, and it raised a lot of feelings for me to see that a lot of people reposted it using specifically talking about women. And of course, like, people who identify or express womanhood in this world are particularly vulnerable, but I feel like a lot of people of other genders were left out of the equation. And that's pretty painful, or just kind of forwards the problem in a way. But that being said, I thought it was amazing. I have never really felt that sort of connection before while using social media.
From the perspective of a man who is looking on his newsfeed and seeing a wide swath of women and people who identify as being LGBT and queer, posting these statuses, it really helps you gain. It's a good reminder that there's a long ways to go, and that there's always more that you can do to recognize and validate the experiences of others and make sure that you're not contributing to those experiences or in a negative way, that you're supporting and being an ally.